mean, you would have to perfect.
Hi,
You would.
boys.
Mom,
What?
we're in the middle of a video.
Oh no, sorry.
Ah,
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're good.
We're good.
Sorry.
Ah, we're.
That's funny. That's going in. So you know how people lie a lot? And it's
Yeah.
super annoying.
Yeah.
Would you push a button that would let you tell whenever someone's lying,
Yeah.
but everybody would then know when you're lying?
Wow.
So nobody else can ever lie to you.
Where the- Did you get it?
It's gone. So nobody else. So you'll always know when someone's lying, but you just can never lie.
I don't.
Hit it.
I had it too. I thought.
It's dead.
All right.
We got it.
We got it. Isn't it cool if we could have just like.
Another year.
I,
Javelin it into the wall.
I think. I don't know. Like, I'm actually torn over if I would push it or not. I want to know when people lie to me because I'm always worried. No matter what, even if it's the truth, I'm worried it's a lie. I didn't make one, by the way.
I feel like I'm decent in telling when people are lying.
The only reason I'm decent is because I assume everybody lies to me.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone lies about everything.
But I think I would like the ability to know when people are lying to me. But at the same time, no matter
I
what,
need to
you-
lie. I love lying.
people joke, like, people who say they always tell the truth are lying. Like,
Yes.
that's a lie in itself. You
Everyone lies.
never can tell the truth all the time.
Yeah, it's a house quote.
Because,
House
I
MD.
mean, you lie when you're telling someone a false a false
Yeah.
hope thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you'll be fine. Like, that's a lie. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know if
You
they'll be
look
fine.
good today. Like,
Hey, I do look good
you
today.
look nice, sir. No, I don't think
But think about it. The rest of your life, you could get away with anything because you would just know when people
But you
are.
can't get away with anything.
Okay, well, you can't get away with anything, but no one can pull the wool over your eyes either.
But it's not that everybody knows when everyone's lying. Like, you are at an extreme disadvantage. 7 billion people know when you're lying, but to everybody else, one person knows when they're lying.
That's true, but
One person knows when they're lying.
it would be
Everyone knows when you're lying.
it would be really hard to get used to not lying to you, but I think it would make life really interesting to always have to tell the truth no matter what, or at least they'll always know what the truth is.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a good thing.
But you'll always know what the truth is too.
Could you skew it so you're like, it's technically the truth and you could lie? Like, you could say, like,
Like the truth, like the half truths or whatever.
well,
Like
kind of, just like any statement can be true because nothing is real. If you could, like, convince yourself that, like, if you,
yeah, true. Is it like what you can
yeah,
yourself
like
is
if
true
you,
there?
like if you were gonna say, like, wow, you look good today to someone that looks awful today, but you're saying, like, wow, you look good today compared to that rock that I just pissed on.
That's true. Like if you say the whole thing in your head, that's like you're making a true statement, but you only say it. Yeah, that's true. Because then it would be you could still
You
use
just
it
had
to
to
your
get
advantage.
more creative with how
Which
you
would
spoke.
be fun. I think that'd be really fun. Did you go?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh.
You just have to you get more creative with how you spoke and then know when anyone's lying. But knowing that they're lying doesn't mean you know the truth.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say if you know what the truth is. You just know when they're lying. So you would have to. A lot of your life would be spent.
Knowing
You would just change how you'd ask questions. You'd give them a yes or no question, basically, or like a one scenario versus another.
so you would just be a really strange person.
Yeah, that's true. You would have to finesse it to be who you were. I look at it from a video game standpoint. I look at it. Your life would become a game. Your entire life would be a game after that. You'd have to word what you say so that you're not lying by telling the partial truth every single thing you say, and then everything you ask has to have a way that they answer you so you can know the truth.
Okay, but is it I don't know how it's written because I didn't read it. Is it that you can never lie? or that they will know that you're lying.
Everyone would know when you were lying,
So you can still lie. They'll just know that you're lying,
but they won't know
which
what
would
the truth
mean
is.
that you don't know. You don't know if they caught you in the lie. Like if you worded to, if you
Oh yeah,
if you try to do that trick,
yeah,
you wouldn't know if it worked.
that's true. You would have no idea, but they would know if you're lying. But they also, same for them, they wouldn't know what the truth is. Just like for you, you wouldn't know what the truth is.
Nice one, Dan. Solid shot.
We're so good at pool. This is such a good idea.
Thanks, bud. Yeah.
Damn.
Like they, yes, but they don't. Like you interact with them less than they interact with you. Like what I'm saying. Like everyone you talk to doesn't trust you anymore.
But then everyone
But
would talk to
they
you.
don't. But people still trust them. Just no one trusts you now.
That's true. It is. It puts you. But you could use that to your advantage.
You could just be like. You could just use that. You
Yeah.
could just be a detective.
Yeah, and just know. That's what I'm
And
saying.
just say, just tell everyone. You could just tell everyone. Be honest. Be like, I am no longer able to lie, but I know that when someone's lying, give me money and I'll tell you.
When someone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for a
Yeah.
detective, you just have. You would be honest to someone and be like, I can't lie, so I need you to ask the questions, and like say what we can do, and I'll figure out when they're lying. Your whole life, you'd be basically, in the interrogation room, the one-way glass.
Yeah.
You would just be behind that the rest of your life.
But like.
So like for you, you want to do something big in the world? Like, do you know how much that would change in our world? Is if every single thing had to go in front of you because you could tell when someone's lying or telling
Yes.
the truth?
But
You could do
to
so
say-
much good
yeah,
with that.
You could. But there's a lot of people that can basically. There are people that can basically tell whenever someone's lying.
Well, yeah, I mean, the show Lie to Me.
Well, yeah, but I
There's
mean,
a show
like,
based on that.
but
or
like
Mentalist.
real life, yeah, like real life tell. Well, there's lie detector machines.
But they're not foolproof. Or is that wrong?
No, they're not.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
that's what I'm
can-
saying. Yeah, you can.
You can be
cheat.
a lie detector machine.
Yeah. What I'm looking at is like when you first capture a suspect and you're interrogating them, you can tell when they're lying.
But even if you know that they're lying, you won't be. That doesn't mean anything. If you know he did it, but you can't prove it, knowing that he's lying doesn't prove it. Like, I don't think if you had that power.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You do one for me.
Yeah, it's fair.
You like that wouldn't. You couldn't use that as evidence in court.
They might change it too if you can prove that you cannot. Like,
They wouldn't. There's no way that would happen.
You can't say there's no way. There's not a single person who can tell whenever anybody is lying all the time.
Yes, and then I say like, "Hey, I can do it." People are gonna be like, "No, you can't.
Wait, just prove it.
You can't.
You can.
You couldn't. You couldn't prove it enough in your lifetime that it would become court use. It just wouldn't.
I mean, I'm not saying it would be easy. Obviously, it would be hard because, yeah, like you said, people are so used to everyone
Yeah.
lying. They'd be like, no, you're lying.
But all you can say.
But they know when you're lying, too. So if you say that, they will know. Everybody knows when you're lying.
Yeah.
So you literally are just talking to someone, they're like, oh, you're lying to me, you're lying. And then you say that, and they're like, oh, you're telling the truth.
But they don't know when you're telling the truth. They just know when you're lying.
Well, yeah, so the only time that you say something where they don't know, they're like, oh, that's the truth. It's a 50-50. You're lying or telling the truth.
Yes, but because you're not lying, because they don't catch you in a lie, doesn't mean they believe you're telling the truth.
Well, yeah, it would. If you could tell when someone was lying to you, and then also they said something that you didn't get a feeling or whatever for,
I would go
they're telling the truth.
I would be like, or I missed it.
No.
Yes, or they're lying and I didn't catch it.
Well, no, because if you had the ability, like if you push this button, and you could tell when anyone's lying to you, when you couldn't tell anything, you would know that they're telling you the truth. Because you can tell
But
when anyone.
they wouldn't, because they don't know that they now have a
But
power.
you would, if you could tell someone's lying to you if you could tell anytime, like I was talking,
Yep.
if you could tell anytime I was lying to you, if I pushed a button, you didn't know, and then I just said something all of a sudden that you didn't get the feeling, because it's obviously it's noticeable that you know they're lying, so it's like they get a feeling, oh, that's lying, and then you just didn't get that feeling. Over time, you realize when you don't get that feeling, it's the truth. When you do, it's a lie.
But not enough to make it admissible in court. Because that's nothing in court happens in 50 years anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're still a person, you're still useful with this power for 50 years. It would take 50 years before people would believe you.
Well, but you would still. Okay, so get off the evidence part, but it'd still be helpful in a suspect because it would save the cops a lot of time searching for a suspect. Because if they could narrow it down, and if they just straight up ask the person, "Did you do it or not?" And if they say no, and you're like they're lying, then all they have to do is search for evidence on that one person instead of searching for more suspects.
The person wouldn't answer, and then anyway, then that's totally illegal, and would not make it through
How
court.
is that illegal?
What do you mean?
They have people watching on interrogations all the time.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be in an interrogation because then he's not going to answer. Once you're in an interrogation room, you ask for a lawyer. It's not a TV show. Once you get arrested, you ask for a lawyer.
I know, but then you can
And
tell
then
them.
you don't self-incriminate yourself. If I got arrested for a crime, no matter if I did it or not, I'm not saying a word to the police.
I guess I completely forgot about that.
I'm saying, give me my lawyer, not saying another word.
But then you would know when the lawyer's lying.
But the lawyer doesn't, because you don't have to say anything. You don't have,
Wow.
you don't give up your Fifth Amendment right to self-incrimination until you plead guilty.
Hey, what do you mean?
Like when you plead guilty to a crime,
Yeah.
you give up your Fifth Amendment right. They say that. That's a whole
Oh, is it part of
speech. Yeah. So if you're pleading innocent and there's a trial, you still don't have to talk. I think. Actually, maybe if you go to trial, no matter what, you have to give it up.
No, yeah, I think when you go to trial, you have to. No, because that's a criminal. You never have to self-incriminate.
No, unless you plead guilty.
Yeah.
And then you give that up and then you say I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Or if you get found guilty, then technically then you're supposed to, but. No.
Well, you still don't have to.
Yeah, you don't
You
have
just claim you're innocent until the day you die, and then you were never actually guilty. You never admit it. There's always doubt in people's minds.
I mean, I guess that's how our
At least
system.
one person's mind, there'll be doubt.
I mean, well, the whole
That's
court
very
reasonable doubt is if one person believes you're innocent, you don't.
Well, of the 12 on the jury, I mean, ever.
Damn, you won.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be that useful.
I guess, and yeah,
Because there are lie detector machines.
yeah, and telling lies is kind of a useful thing. To
It's
use.
the most useful thing.
Not if you're just a liar, but if you use it in the correct way, it's.
But everything you say is like a lie.
'Cause it's what
hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm great. A lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't push it.
Yeah.
I was trying to argue as a devil's advocate, and I'm just I can't anymore. There's no reason to push that button.
No, don't push the button.
All right, I'll go not push the button.
All right. Okay. What do people think? Are people right?
Let's see what people say.
Don't push the button.
55% pushed, 45% did not.
Well, how are they that dumb?
That is kind of dumb.
What are they gonna do with that power?
Yeah, that's not I don't know.
I guess.
I mean,
you could just become a mute.
Every
Never
guys,
speak a word again.
people watching us, let us know what you would pick. I guess tell us why we're wrong for not pushing it because right now we don't see a reason why to push it. There's no reason. So this is Debate Club, our Wednesday day. We're not really good at outros yet, so we're gonna cut all of this out.
No, we're not. Because you know we're not, because you're watching it.
So see ya on, hopefully you're watching our videos on Friday. Please comment, like, subscribe, help us out.
This
We
comes out
appreciate
on
it all.
Wednesdays. But,
That's it, watch our next video on Friday.
oh yeah, there'll be another video Friday.
But then next week's another debate. If you just watch debate clubs every Wednesday. Otherwise,
Can I just start a fire? On this
we'll see you later.